some real world calculations here. Let's do some service calculations on let's do a 200 to 400 and 800 amp service. Actually, 400 is too close to 8. Let's do a 1200 and a 600 amp service, and maybe we'll throw in a 200 amp service. And we're going to do the calculations on it, show you guys in the NEC where to go and all the codes and all that stuff. So right now, I was actually kind of looking for my eraser here, but whatever. We'll use our fingers. So first off, is this going to write backwards? Because you guys looking at it backwards. Let me see. I'm just going to try with the letter B. Is it backwards? It is. Fantastic. Okay. We will do this. There we go. All right. So, usually start off with the transformer. Off of the transformer, it's going to show usually some kind of meter, some kind of trans socket, something like that. We won't worry about that because that's all utility. We're going to go straight to the switch gear. So you would see overcurrent like this. And then depending if this is a switch gear or whatever it is, you might see something along the lines of this, where you've got your main and then you've got other breakers off of that. We'll do a 100 here. Master for 8 months, man. What's up, Joshua? 100 here. We'll do a 225 here, and we'll do a 400 here. And I'm just going to make sure that my Bluetooth is off. Okay. What's going on, Alvaro? I resent you that email, by the way. So we're going to call this, let's call this a 1200 amp service. This will be our main. We need to figure out a couple of things here. We want to know what size wire we need. Now, this is where, in my area, Encore is a utility service provider, right? So essentially your TDU charges go to Encore. They are the contractor that controls the power, I guess you would say. They own the transformers and all that stuff. So part of our electric bill goes towards these assholes, right? When you land onto a breaker, it's our responsibility to make sure that the wire is sized based on the amperage. If you land on a trans socket in between and you're landing not on a breaker, these guys will run 1 4-aught for this whole service for 1200 amps. Maybe 3 4-aughts. Maybe we'll get lucky, right? They never run the size that you expect them to do because they don't have to, because they're not landing on a breaker. So if that's going to be the first question, why does utility get to run smaller wire? Because they're not landing on a breaker. So we're going to land on a breaker and we're going to size our wire for 1200 amps. So how are we going to do that? We're going to look in our code book, which fell on the floor right here. And we're not going to be doing this for all night. We're going to do this very quickly. And then we're going to go hang out with the kids and play some Super Smash Brothers. Damn, we got 71 people live. Jeez, man. Okay. What's up, Jamie? Working on your electrical box to send your way. Nice. What are you sending him, Josh? I might want in on that. Hit me up, Josh. I might send you some stuff to send Jamie. Whatever. Okay. We're going to go to 310.15 here. This is a 17 NEC, but not much has changed. So we're going to go to 310. Should be right here. Here we go. Now, unless otherwise noted, I'm having severe technical difficulties with finding room on Okay. Pretty much, unless otherwise noted, unless you got special lugs, you're working off the 75-degree C column. And we're going to be doing what we're calling parallels. So typically you would have probably 3 or 4 pipes going from the transformer to this service. So let's see what we can do. We always want to parallel 1200 amps. There's a rule in here. If we go to 240.6, real quick here. If we go to 240.6 and we look at the standard size breakers, these are going to be our standard size breakers. And if we look at the rules for this, if we go to the next page here, we are going to see, we're looking for the reason why we can't go to the next standard size. So give me 2 seconds. Should be here somewhere. Overcurrent. Kind of caught myself off guard on this one. For some reason we're in taps. There's a rule here that says that if you're 800 amps or more, you can't go to the next standard size. And it should be here. Sorry, I know all this off the top of my head. We're gonna get right to it. There we go, right here. Overcurrent rated at 800 amps or less. So what this says here pretty much is the next higher standard rating does not exceed 800 amps. So if you look in here, you're gonna read all this stuff, and this is gonna give you the permission to go to the next standard size until we hit 800 amps. So if we go here to our next standard size, we can see that 1200 is the standard size. And we're over 800 amps, which means we're going to need 1200 amps of wire or more to feed this service. We're not going to be able to feed it with 1150 amps like you could. If we were less than 800, we could feed it with 750 amps of wire and go to the next standard size. But we cannot do that because we're over 800 amps. So we need 1200 amps of wire. Let's go back to our 310. We're looking for something. We know that 600 is good for 420 amps here. So 3 of these, 3 times 4 is 12. That's going to give us 1260. That's going to work all day. So we could do 3 600s. Here, we could do 3 times 600s. MCM or KC mil, however you want to write it. If we had 4 pipes, we could save on our wire size. And we could do 400 copper, which is good for 355 amps each. We could actually do 350. We could do 4 350s at 310. 3 times 4 is 12. That's going to give us 1240. So that's one way that you would size this. Let me fix the chat here. Live chat. Here we go. All right, so we could also do 4 times 350 copper for our service. Now, if we got a 400 amp breaker, we know we can use 2-aught because we are, very well versed on, not 2-aught, sorry, 3-aught. 200 amps, 3-aught. You could do parallel sets of 3-aught. You could do 2 pipes with 3-aught in there. We get you 400 amps. You could also do 1 500, which would be 380. And that's where we talked about at the beginning of this live, where we could go up to the next standard size because we're less than 800 amps. We could do 1 500 for 400 amps. This is pretty basic stuff. Let's talk about how you size your grounds. So, if we want to size our grounds for 1200 amps, we need to see... We need to go to 250.66 here. And you're going to see this is a service conductor here. 250.122 is where you would size your feeders. See here, this is your equipment grounding. This is after the fuse. This is before the fuse. So right now we don't have any overcurrent protection. We're up here and we want to size the grounds for this equipment. What you're looking at, this is your KC mil. So we know here we've got 350. So we know we got 1200 KC mil here. 3 600s would be 1800 KC mil, right? So this is where you would size this. Over 1100 is a 3/0 pretty much all day. Isn't the ground based on the conductor hot size, not the amperage? Yeah, exactly. This is based on your size of your conductor. So this is what I want to discuss here mainly would be what's up everybody, effing whiteboard. This is for you, Paul. What's up, Paul W? This is what you do when you wind up with a 400 amp service. So let's say this is 400 amps here. And it's the service. And what we know, we can run 1/500. We'll just do FCM, it's easier to write. At 380 amps. And we can go the next standard size. Or we can do 2 times 3/0, which equals 200 amps each at 400 amps. When we do 2 3/0, we don't have the option to figure out what a 3/0 is, because we need to convert the 3/0 to KC mil. So we can't say we got 400 KC mil because we're not in we're not in KC mil. We're in aughts pretty much. So what do? You go to the back of this book here in conductor properties, which should be chapter 9, table 8 here. I don't have this book tabbed. Actually, I kind of stopped tabbing my books. They kind of just get in my way. Here's the tables. The easiest way to find this is just go straight to chapter 9. And then it's going to be after all this stuff. So what we're looking for is the conductor properties, which is right here. And what we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to see that this 3/0 here is good for 1,67800. Now this is in KC mil. See this circular mils? So 1 3/0 is 1,67800. So if we multiply that by 2, because we have 2 of them. If we do 1,67800, 1,67800 times 2. Math live is a bad idea. Oh my goodness. 16. 2 times 14, 15. 2, 3, 3. Please tell me that's right. 2 times 6, 8. That's 14. That's 15. Yeah, that's 16. 5. 12. 3. 325. So that's 325. So if we go back to our 250.66 here, we're going to see that we're 325 KC mil. So we're going to be 3/0 through 350 right there, which is the number 2 for grounding. So that's going to be our service ground size, because we're in between 3/0 and we're in between 350 I can't tell you how many people will put a number 3 on this service wire because they're going to go here to 250.122. They're going to see 400 amps because they don't understand the service calculations, and they're going to put it on a number 3. This is for the equipment ground. So this would be our equipment ground for this feeder. So if we were feeding a panel, if this is going to be a panel to here, in this conduit we would have 2 times 3/0 for 400 amps, and would have 1 number 3 CU for the ground. But when you're a service, we don't have a breaker, so all that current gets on the ground wire. So that's why you got to be the number 2 CU for the ground. Everybody messes that up. But yeah, I think my kids are out of the shower now. So that was just a quick lesson on that. We hit the 1200. We hit the 400. 200 amp service. Everybody messes this up too. If we go to a 200 amp service, we're already in aughts. So we just go here. We're either using a 2/0 or a 3/0 for house. And you can see that it's a number 4. So this number 4 belongs on anything before your fuse or breaker. So if we are coming straight off of the meter from the utility company and we're hitting the first disconnect, your bonding bushing here, that's going to be a number 4 because we're before the fuse. Your cold water ground pipe that's coming up, that's going to be a number 4. If you're a commercial building and you have building steel, that's also going to be a number 4. Now, if you're a ground rod, you can actually get away with number 6. This is all a ground bar. So I didn't send you the iodine, so you'll be smarter than me. Man, that stuff seems to really be helping. So but that definitely took the edge off with what I was dealing with, for sure. We got to look at supplemental grounds real quick because everybody kind of messes this up too. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at the supplemental electrode. But before we look at the supplemental electrode, we're going to look at the main grounds. So we've got a concrete encased electrode. We got metal underground water pipe, right? If we go to the very beginning of this, you'll see that this is a grounding electrode conductor here. And these are ground electrodes permitted for grounding. Okay, so we've got metal water pipe, metal in-ground support structures, concrete encased electrode, ground ring. So these are all your main grounding. What you're going to see is that your supplemental electrode, which would be your ground rods, can actually be a number 6. So you're going to see rod and pipe, plate electrode, grounding electrode conductor. You're going to see that a lot of people think that your rod and pipe electrodes is the cold water pipe that I show on the videos. But it's actually not. We're looking at metal underground water pipe for the number 4. And your rod and pipe electrodes are something completely different than your metal underground pipe. And they fall underneath your rod and pipe electrodes here. So the electrode shall be installed such that it's 8 foot in length. In contact with the soil shall be driven to a depth, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to see here that you're allowed to attach this with a number 6 because this is a supplement electrode, not your main electrode. Your main electrode is going to be the number 4. So that's a huge misconception. Everybody thinks that your cold water pipe should be a number 6, but that's why you don't do what everyone suggests to do. Let's catch up with the chat. Let me see here. My channel. The only way I can make you smarter is hyperbaric, which requires a pressure chamber and equipment. Yeah, my chemical doctor actually wanted me to do the hyperbaric. I just didn't have $7,000 for all the treatments. Or wanted to spend the money anyway. People are normally smart and can solve their own problems, while most fluoride and bromine iodine insufficiency. Yeah. Charleston, Zimmerman, Joshua. Yeah. I had a boss years ago that would have said your propeller spins backwards. Get you some. You can build your own hyperbaric chamber, really? Yeah. Yeah, I probably could if I wanted to, I suppose. Really, I'm lucky to be alive with what I dealt with, but also I think that my age and my activity was kind of on my side for helping me kind of recover a little bit faster too. But seems like we're kind of out of the woodwork for the most part. I've still got like severe allergies, still sensitive to chemicals and stuff, but not like I was. It was pretty bad for a while. So an automatic chamber for much less than 7,000. Yeah. Yep. Well, I think my kids are out of the shower now. There's a chiropractor in my area that has a chamber. You might check chiropractors. That's not a bad idea. Really, I probably just need to get with somebody and just show them all the evidence of what I've been through and see if I can get on some kind of insurance plan that will do something, because I've been doing everything without insurance. Like going inside a high-end air mattress. Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, figured I would just kind of share some knowledge on the service grounding and stuff. This wasn't exactly a basic, quick how to do, but it was relevant because of some of the inspections that I ran into today. So maybe someone will see that and it can help them out. Effective microbes is also the cure for IBS. My IBS pretty much got better as soon as I got out of the moldy situation and my gallbladder. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go play Super Smash Brothers now. So,
we got a problem too.
What's the problem?
The GFCI keeps tripping in here.
I know. I was gonna do a video on the tripping GFCI, but I didn't have one.
Oh, well, you got one in here.
Just punch it.
I keep turning it on and it keeps turning itself off.
What are you plugging into it?
What?
What are you plugging into it?
So I unplugged the only thing that was plugged into it.
Did you happen to plug the coffee grinder back in on the other side?
No.
Okay, because that's what broke it.
So what's happening is the washing machine, the mixer are trying to go at the same time, and it don't like that.
Are you trying to run a mixer?
We're just
We gotta run another circuit in this freaking kitchen. I'm gonna have to pull a permit for this one. Too many electronics on that circuit. You see how leaking power through the ground. My wife's trying to run the mixer and the dishwasher at the same time. We only got one circuit in this freaking kitchen, man. You want bad electrical, you know, buy an electrician's house. You want bad HVAC, buy an HVAC tech's house. That just seems to be the way that it goes. Tell her that. Yeah. Call an electrician. I'll have to see if I can find one around here. Freaking lazy bastards. Yeah. Let's see. So we did the ground size. We did that. Yeah, man, we covered everything pretty much. I'll leave you with one more thing. It has to do with 240.6. So if we go back to 240.6 here, you can see the standard sizes. 90 amps right here. Pay attention to that 90 amps. What we're going to see here is that we can go to the next standard size if we fall in between the sizes. So if we are 85 amps, because 85 is not a standard size, if we have conductor of 85 amps, we can go up to 90, right? A lot of contractors do this every chance they get. It's already there. It was already there. They will run number 2 aluminum. And you're going to see that it's only good for 90 amps. And they'll try to put it on a 100 amp breaker. And you flat out can't do it because you have to put on a 90 amp breaker because you fell on that standard size. So yeah, man, send me that video. Cheap bastard ass crap. Let's see here. Nice video. Best wishes for you and your electrical homes. Electrician homes are the worst. Yeah. Get your opinion. That would be good. What about an electrician who tries to build stuff? Ever seen that mess? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, send me the video. I'll check it out. I'll let you know. We might even do a live on it. Maybe make a video on it or something. That'd be cool. All right, we're out of here. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys in the next one.